Baloubet du Rouet, the jumping king who faced his ghost. Forget flawless, forget perfect. The most authentic legends often have scars. Meet Baloubet du Rouet, a jumping machine. Unstoppable. 3 World Cup finals in a row. Never done before, never done since. But on the biggest stage, under the brightest lights of the 2000 Olympics, disaster struck. This is the story of a champion facing his ghost and the haunting refusal that nearly destroyed him. Imagine the Sydney 2000 Olympics, all eyes on Baloubet du Rouet and his brilliant rider Rodrigo Pessoa. They are the kings, fresh off an unprecedented hat-trick of World Cup titles. Gold seems inevitable, until one shocking moment changes everything. A refusal that echoed around the world. This isn't just about winning, it's about confronting failure and fighting for redemption. Stay with us for the real story. Baloubet du Rouet. Even the name sounds like jumping royalty. Foaled in 1989, this Selle Francais stallion wasn't just talented, he was an equine phenomenon. Chestnut, powerful, with a distinctive jumping style, often kicking out flamboyantly with his hind legs over fences, he possessed scope, carefulness, and raw power that set him apart. Paired with the young, prodigiously talented Brazilian rider Rodrigo Pessoa, son of the legendary Nelson Pessoa, the combination was electric. They burst onto the international scene, quickly climbing the ranks. Pessoa's quiet skill and Baloubet's explosive talent were a perfect match. They began racking up Grand Prix wins across the globe. But it was in the prestigious FEI World Cup finals that Baloubet truly etched his name into the history books. This annual championship pits the world's best against each other in a demanding indoor format. Winning it once is a career highlight. Baloubet du Rouet and Rodrigo Pessoa won it an astonishing 3 times consecutively: 1998 in Helsinki, 1999 in Gothenburg, and 2000 in Las Vegas. This feat was, and remains, completely unprecedented. It cemented Baloubet's reputation as arguably the best jumping horse on the planet. Naturally, heading into the Sydney 2000 Olympic Games, all eyes were on them. Pessoa and Baloubet were the red-hot favourites for individual gold. They had the form, the talent, the track record. The pressure was immense, but expectations were sky-high. They helped Brazil secure a team bronze medal, setting the stage for the individual final. The individual final unfolded over multiple rounds. Pessoa and Baloubet navigated the challenging courses brilliantly. They were clear, they were fast. Going into the very final phase, the gold medal was within their grasp. They needed just one more solid round over a shortened course. They entered the arena, the weight of expectation palpable. They cleared the first few fences. And then, the unthinkable happened. Approaching the final combination, a tricky triple, Baloubet suddenly stopped, a dead refusal. The crowd gasped. Pessoa circled, presented him again, and again Baloubet refused, digging his heels in. On the third attempt, clearly unsettled, he stopped once more. 3 refusals meant elimination. Just like that, the dream shattered. The certain gold medal vanished in a moment of shocking defiance. Why? The question echoed everywhere. Was it the pressure? Rider error in the approach? A sudden aversion to that specific fence? Baloubet had shown quirks before, moments of temperament, but never on this scale, at this critical moment. It was a brutal public failure that would haunt the partnership. Some horses and riders never recover from such a blow. But this story isn't just about that heartbreaking moment in Sydney. It's about resilience. It's about the authentic journey of dealing with setbacks. Pessoa and Baloubet didn't disappear. They kept competing, kept winning major Grand Prix events. They even returned to the World Cup final, finishing second and third in subsequent years, proving their class was enduring. Yet the ghost of Sydney lingered. Could they conquer the Olympic jinx? 4 years later, Athens 2004, another Olympic Games, another chance. Pessoa and Baloubet were older, perhaps wiser. The pressure was different this time, not just expectation, but the weight of history, the need for redemption. Could they finally claim the prize that had so dramatically slipped through their fingers? They navigated the grueling qualifying rounds. They made it to the individual final once again. The tension was unbearable for their supporters. Every jump felt loaded with significance. They delivered clear round after clear round, fighting their way into the final jump-off for the medals. In the jump-off, against the clock, they were flawless, fast, precise, clearing every obstacle. They laid down a time that ultimately couldn't be beaten. Originally finishing second, the eventual disqualification of the first-placed rider elevated them to the top step of the podium. 4 years after the disaster in Sydney, Rodrigo Pessoa and Baloubet du Rouet were finally, definitively, Olympic individual gold medalists. It was the ultimate redemption, a testament to perseverance, belief, and the enduring bond between horse and rider. Baloubet du Rouet wasn't just a jumping machine, he was a complex champion who experienced the crushing blow of failure and fought his way back to the absolute pinnacle of his sport. Baloubet retired from competition a few years later, becoming an incredibly successful breeding stallion, passing on his talent and spirit to new generations. His legacy isn't just the wins, the records, or the unprecedented World Cup hat-trick. It's the authentic story, the brilliance, the infamous refusal, and the ultimate Olympic redemption. He reminds us that even the greatest champions face adversity, and true greatness lies in finding the courage to face your ghosts and try again. Forget perfect. Remember Baloubet du Rouet, the scarred legend who jumped his way into immortality.